Oh,
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Dead Funny Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. Joining today is my co-host, JoJo. What's going on, man?
I'm here.
You're here. Exactly. So, we gotta talk about the one thing everybody's fucking talking about, dude. Goddamn Oscars.
Flash entering the Speed Force.
The goddamn Oscars, and why Spider-Man No Way Home didn't take away everything, dude.
Oh, that's the part people care about.
So I was in the middle of playing New World, running a dungeon? No, we were farming a boss. And wow, I couldn't believe it. Like, my buddy was all like, bro, Will Smith just slapped Chris Rock. I was all like, what? And he's like, Will Smith just slapped Chris Rock. I was like, what are you watching? He's like, the fucking Oscars. I'm like, no, this doesn't sound right. Like, nothing that you're telling me right now, it sounds right. So the first clip that I watched was just it was the American version, so everything was bleeped out.
Yeah.
So it's like, he walks up, he slaps Chris Rock, he walks back to his seat, he sits down, and then like that entire section is just silent.
Right, it's like a weird cut.
Exactly, until it comes back to Chris Rock going, okay, so moving on. And I was just all like, okay, well, it is a skit. It's obviously fake. It's a skit. Then I saw the fucking Japanese broadcasted one. Wow, bro. Fucking wow. I was
it's like a real thing that happened. I don't think you can pay Will Smith. I don't think the Academy of Motion Pictures and whatever can pay Will Smith enough to yell fuck on national television.
Yeah,
like
that was man, dude, that was crazy. That was insane. I could not believe it. I had to stop what I was doing and fucking watch it like a couple times. I was like, there's no way this is happening, right?
Yeah.
I mean, who fucking watches the Oscars anymore? You know what I mean? So, I mean, they might now fucking wait to see what next crazy shit's gonna happen.
Like, but also not, because like it's not gonna happen again. They're not gonna put Will Smith that close to the stage again.
Well, technically, he won the fucking award, so he has to announce the next one next year.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, whenever you win like the Actor of the Year award or whatever, you have to announce the next one the following year. So, will he even be invited back?
Yeah.
That's the question. Will he even be invited back?
They will do a bad comedy bit about it next year. They'll get Chris Rock and Will Smith on the stage at the same time.
Oh, for sure. They'll do something.
You know.
I mean, the facts here to point out are an altercation happened, a physical altercation happened, which led to a one-sided verbal altercation happening, which then led to, I mean, there wasn't an apology during the thing besides to the Academy. He did not apologize to fucking Rock during his acceptance speech. Chris Rock actually issued the first apology. Then Will Smith issued an apology the next day. And Chris Rock denied to press charges. And there was talks about potentially taking his award away, which I don't... Why? You know what I mean? Like, why?
I mean, I don't think that was a real... I don't think anyone in power was really considering that.
Because
they gave an award to Roman Polanski, noted convicted child
rapist. Yeah, exactly. Right?
After
exactly.
he had done it.
Yeah.
Now...
So, yeah, exactly.
There's no standard of morality here.
No. I mean, my issue with... So, first off, physical violence is never a way to react to anything, in my opinion. I mean, I guess depending on the situation. If you're fucking fighting for your life, that's a different scenario. But in the context of the situation, physical violence should have been the last step. It shouldn't even been a step, honestly. But, regardless, so the award was given to him. Nobody wants a second place. Here you go. You won a fucking Oscar due to, a technicality. You know what I mean? Like, nobody wants that, first off. Second, it's like, the regardless of what had happened that night, he was winning that award. So, it's like, that was predetermined.
Theoretically, there should have been very few people there who even knew that he was winning, right? Like, I don't think they're not supposed to tell anybody except, like, PricewaterhouseCoopers or whoever handles the tabulation.
Right. Exactly. So, now we get into the interesting part of this. We'll jump into the controversy here. The joke wasn't that bad. I'll start there. The joke wasn't that bad.
You mean in the sense that it wasn't too offensive, or it wasn't too bad of a joke?
In the
I think
sense
it was kind
that
of not a funny joke.
The sense that it wasn't that offensive. And all the things going on with the Smiths now, all the ammunition that the joke writer, because I highly doubt Chris Rock had that joke.
They've come out and said it was ad-libbed.
It was ad-libbed.
Not in a script for him. Yep. Chris Rock just made a joke.
Oh, he made the joke. Okay, so as a Chris Rock joke, it was not a good joke. It could have been better. There are 1,000 different things he could have said.
Because who in the fuck?
There's.
Who cares about G.I. Jane?
I mean, it was a reach. That's the thing. It was such a reach. Such a reach. Like, I mean, how far back in his mind did he have to go to pull the fucking G.I. Jane out? You know what I mean? Like, such a fucking reach. That being said, there's ways to react to things. There's ways not to react to things. In my opinion, Will Smith was 100% a coward in this entire situation. He walked up with absolutely zero indication that was going to happen. Obviously, there's no way Chris Rock thought that was going to happen at all.
Right.
Slapped him and immediately ran back. Well, not ran, but fast-paced, walked back to his seat, and then talked shit from his seat. Like, this is a 100% coward situation. Like,
that's like, people still think it's staged, or like, oh, Chris Rock didn't react, like he didn't protect himself or anything. It's like, yeah, because
no way
Will Smith was going to assault him on television.
No way in the world that came to his mind. No way in the world. I had this exact same conversation where they're all like, it's got to be scripted because he fucking leaned into it, or like he knew it was coming. This zero chance. It's never happened.
Never coming.
The worst he could have thought was it was going to be a Kanye Taylor Swift moment where Will Smith just takes the mic and then fucking says his piece and then gives it back. He didn't even know Will Smith was bad. And now that's the biggest distinction here. And this is the reason why I feel like this is a really coward move on Will Smith's part. Will Smith thought the joke was funny, or at least fake laughed at it until he saw his wife's thing. Now, I'm not going to say whether she does. She has been medically diagnosed with this disorder. So she has this disorder. Alopecia is right?
Alopecia.
Alopecia, which is right. The disorder sucks. There's no offense about it. Fucking, it's very common for those of you who don't know.
I don't actually know if she has alopecia. She has something that's making her bald.
She has.
Use your eyebrows.
No. So I did my research on this. So pretty much almost everybody in the world has this fucking disorder, by the way. It's male pattern baldness is what it is. There's 3 different strands of it, though. The most serious strand, you lose all your hair. Armpit, beard, face, eyelids, eyelashes, all that shit. Or not eyelids, eyelashes, eyebrows, blah, 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 blah.
Is Arrested Development, where the character had alopecia and then he lost his eyebrows.
Yep. Yeah. So that is the absolute most severe version of it, which does suck because losing your eyelashes is obviously not fucking good for your eyes. Like, you need those. Like, literally fucking need those. So that is, like, the absolute worst part of it. Now, she has come out on record saying that's not the one that she has. She's also come out on record and said there's nothing else you can do about this but laugh at it. It is what it is. And I have to own it, which is great. All right, cool. Well, let's fucking laugh about it then. You know what I mean? Like, everybody, 85% of men suffer from this and get made fun of fucking daily for balding. You know what I mean?
My initial reaction was like, yeah, it sucks for him to make fun of her for this medical condition he has. And then, after a while, I thought, like, well, is it all baldness a medical condition? It's all happening because of...
It is.
Yeah, like...
I mean, fucking case point. There you go.
Right.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club.
Only reason it happens, unless you shave your head, it only happens because of...
Hence why I shave my head.
Body.
Yeah, welcome to the club. Like, that's what it is. I literally am losing my crown. Like, I have it. There's 100% I have it. It's fucking... It's called... The actual version of it that is the male version, which is like in 85% of males, which is fucking crazy because it can actually start and then just disappear. and then your hair just grows back and you're fine. Or it can be a lifelong struggle that you deal with where your hair is constantly fucking gone, which is, potentially what I have. I don't know yet. But yeah, this one is specifically called androgenetic alopecia. And that's what male pattern baldness is. It's the loss of the crown or the loss of the hairline back. Now, what's interesting is that male pattern baldness, who knows it's called male pattern baldness, is not just like strictly due to men. Like women have it too. And there's more than 3 million cases per year. So it's not like this is like extremely
it's just
rare.
The male pattern of it. It's like, oh yeah, that's how men lose their hair. Is that?
Yeah, it's a lot more common for men to have. So now, once again, the question is, does Chris Rock know that she has this? And regardless, at the end of the day, so this is where my issue is. I tend to lean, and I'm a big comedian fan, I tend to lean on the side that jokes have an exception, right? Like, this joke was not ill-intended. There's no way you could see, like, malicious intent behind this joke. I mean, he even started with, hey, Jada, I love you to death, but, I'm excited for the G.I. Jane 2, whatever. Like... Right. And even his shock reaction to Will Smith whenever he sat down and goes, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth the first time, you literally hear him go, it was a G.I. Jane 2 joke, dude. Like, there's zero chance there was any kind of ill intent, behind that. It's zero chance. So, it was a fucking joke. You gotta laugh. Now, I want to be very clear here. Does Jada have the right to be upset? Absolutely. 100%. Does Will have the right to be upset on Jada's behalf? Absolutely. Does he have the right to go fucking slap somebody? No, you never have the right to put your fucking hands on anybody. No, that's not how that works. Like, I was reading this comment train, and this person literally said, you have the right to physically slap people for being racist or something like that. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. I fucking sent the comment chain to my buddies because we were all sitting here fucking laughing and talking about it. So it was one of my comedians were talking about it, and then so this dude says, "Oh no," and this is just a random commenter. "Oh no, you slapped me with no damage after I made fun of your wife's medical condition. I will press charges." And then the person says, "No matter how you play the scenario, it was still assault." And then the next guy goes, "You mean you can't just beat people who say things you don't like?" Question mark. Obviously being a smartass. And so this is the guy. So you can't slap racist people, question mark, neo-Nazis, question mark, homophobes, question mark, and Will Smith didn't beat Chris Rock up. He just slapped him. And that thing, or the thing that most people do to others, him getting charged with assault is a fucking joke. And then the dude goes, I mean, you just also have to be arrested to press charges. And the dude goes, except that there is no law that can get rid of assault charges if the physical interaction was due to a very insensitive statement. So he's basically saying that...
I don't think that's...
Oh, not even close to true.
Yeah.
And so the dude, the guy, so this one guy just at bad legal takes to the comment. And the dude goes, ADA is a thing, And then the dude just goes, yeah, and alopecia is a disease, not a disability, dumbass. Added the fucking American Disability
Oh my god!
Act.
The funniest fucking Twitter thing from all of this is people being at Will Smith.
The guy that's not actually Will Smith,
like a guy I'm familiar with for years. Like,
oh god!
And people were. He tweeted like, "Hey, I'm not that Will Smith.
I saw that, dude.
I didn't do this." And there's still people tweeting him like, "Hey, it's fucked up how you did that."
Yeah, he's.
His avatar is like a little white guy with red
with a ginger beard. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. Unfortunately for you, buddy.
Wordle results today. Like the idea that Will Smith fucking hit Chris Rock and then 4 hours later was posting how he did on Wordle. It's so funny.
Unfortunately for him, it is going to be a meme situation, and people are just going to do it for the meme now. Like, you are going to get that for probably the next week to 2 weeks until something else happens that kicks everybody's fucking thing.
Like today, yesterday or 2 days ago, whatever. It sounded.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
Poor guy. I feel bad for him, but yeah, you're just part of the cycle now. So here's where my other issues are with it, right? So, one, like I said, the chances that Chris Rock had any ill intent behind that, fucking, in my opinion, slim to zero. I'm always gonna err on the side of comedy because I do believe that comedy has a lot of exceptions, and that's because depending on the actual comic, if things are just being done to just piss people off, I mean, you should know fucking better than anybody else on this podcast, obviously, with your background and stuff you're wanting to get into. Like, comedy has a very interesting spot in the world where it can talk about specific subjects, and depending on intent and how it's being said to the person is where the whole thing falls apart. Obviously,
there's a weird angle on this where they know each other, like
exactly.
Maybe I don't know if there's some history there that like founded Will's upsetness. I don't know.
Right now,
those guys have known each other for 30 years, probably.
Right. There is information. It's a rumor, I should say, because one of these is legit fucking information. The other one's a rumor. So we'll start with the rumor. Yeah. The rumor is that Will Smith had an actual conversation with Chris Rock because he knew he was the comedian that got brought to... And they do this every year. Like, the comedian gets brought in to roast people. It's not like this doesn't happen. Like, this is literally how this goes. It's not like Chris Rock was outside the bounds.
I don't know if it's for all of it, but, like, sometimes they run those jokes by publicists when they write them into the scripts.
And I guarantee you there were 1,000 other jokes that had to do between Will Smith and Jada's fucking infidelity. And they said, this is probably the least damaging one. Go with that one. Like, you know what I mean? I guarantee you there are a lot worse jokes. I heard some of them today. Yeah, comedians have been clowning Will Smith all fucking day today because they're obviously going to take Chris Rock's side. Yeah, because he's a fucking comedian. So yeah, it's been nothing but a nonstop just Jada and Will open up.
And like to the Twitter point, like Judd Apatow was like, "Hey, whoa, Will Smith could have killed him. That's not okay." Or like Kathy Griffin's like, "Oh no, that anyone can go punch any comedian now." It's like, no,
that is dangerous.
Weird, dumb thing that happened.
Yeah, that's
not a precedent.
And that is something that some of the comedians talked about too. They said now we have to, for a little while, like be a little scared about the fact that somebody might rush the fucking stage just thinking, "Oh, Will Smith can get away with it," because he didn't get escorted out, which should have happened. Should have happened immediately. Should have been escorted out. First off, this whole them walking up on a stage whenever they're not supposed to be up there needs to stop. Like, why do we not have things in place after Kanye did this shit to Taylor Swift? Like, come on. Like, fucking A.
Don't invite Kanye to the Oscars and assume that everyone else is going to be cool.
Yeah, well.
Like, it's still...
I don't agree with that either, you know?
Are there. It's this. So this and it's Kanye.
Well, I mean, I don't think Kanye... So, Kanye was villainized for what he did. 100%. And was it a dick move? Absolutely. They've ruined fucking Taylor Swift's night for no fucking reason. But, did he hurt anybody? Did he cause physical damage to anybody? No. So, him being barred away from shit because of that is not really where I jive. It's like, he didn't really do anything. Now, if he would have went up there, slapped her in the fucking mouth, grabbed the fucking mic, was like, "Yo, Beyonce had a way better video than this," that's a different story. Yeah, absolutely. Fuck him. He should not come back. Fuck you. No. But that's not what happened. I get it. A lot of people are on the whole Kanye's crazy train. I just...
I mean, to be
fair, he ain't done anything yet.
Like, you shouldn't invite him anywhere where Pete Davidson is. Like,
that's true. That's fair.
A genuine safety hazard, probably.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair.
He's legitimately, like, diagnosed bipolar. There's some...
Yep.
And doesn't necessarily take his medication all the time, you know.
Mm-hmm. So, the other information that I have is that apparently... So, this is where it gets a little mixy. Will Smith and Jada Smith took a picture together and put it on Instagram, and people were trying to figure out the times that the picture was put on there and the time that the comment was left. So whenever the picture was put on there, it looks like after, and it literally says, "We got dressed up to bring chaos tonight." Then Will Smith left a comment on this post 2 hours afterwards saying, "This is why you don't invite Philly out to these things." So he's kind of doubling down on it, especially after his whole acceptance speech of...
Yeah.
I'm a fucking vessel from God, and I'm here to fucking spread love to everybody, and da-da-da-da-da, and it's all like, I thought God was merciful. When the fuck was he just around slapping people, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, sometimes those people do not handle their own social media accounts, so it's hard to say if, like, that is a very ill-conceived tweet. I mean, Instagram post that was planned beforehand or something.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
Now, what's interesting, though... to point out is that there's not that many comedians out there that reach the level of stardom of celebrities, right? Like, they're a celebrity in their own right, but compared to, you know, like the Tom fucking Cruise and shit like that, like there's a different
like
platform.
A person who gets into movies,
Right,
like
exactly. So, like, for instance, like Chris Rock, I wouldn't even put up on that pedestal because he's fell off a long time ago. Besides his stand up, you know, as far as like being in movies, like he was never like, you know, around like a lot of different shits. Where like somebody like Dave Chappelle is somebody I could see up in that level. Kevin Hart is somebody I could see up in that level. You know, shit like that. Those are comedians that I can see up there. That being said, this is a very interesting way to look at it, and I don't like this way, and I think it's not even cool at all, is the fact that they look at the comedian as the bully, and so a lot of these celebrities are actually okay with what happened because, like, oh, they come here, they talk shit every year, somebody finally put them in their place. And that's not okay. That's literally not okay because their scene is different because, like I said, there is that status level, you know, but it's like, I mean, this argument is stupid. I personally think it's stupid. I do think it's interesting to think about, like, what would have happened if someone else would have been there. Like, he wouldn't have slapped The Rock. A lot of people keep going with The Rock because obviously Chris Rock, The Rock. But it's like, obviously wouldn't have done that.
Also, The Rock wouldn't have told that joke.
The Rock wouldn't have told that joke, but it's like, also, what if it would have been a white guy? Is another one that I hear all the time. What if it was Amy Schumer? You know? Yeah, like, it wouldn't have happened. So it's like, a lot of people thought, like, the reason why he did it is because he knew he could do that to Chris Rock due to the fact that Chris Rock's not going to fight him back. You know?
Or again, it's partially because he and Chris Rock, like, have a personal history.
Possibly. So, now this is the only part that I want to put out before we wrap this up here. It's the only part that I want to put out, and this part is more, it's not in defense of Will. Once again, I do not condone the violence. That was completely unnecessary. Do not condone it. That was fucking stupid. Oh, that was one thing I was going to say. One of my comedians I like to watch is Tom Segura, and he just landed in New York for his shows, like literally this morning, and he did this fucking like Twitter post, and he's like, just landed here, da 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 da.
A wild tweet, like it was.
You saw his tweet went the fuck off, dude. And he literally, like, his video goes, I gotta have a surprise at the show for you guys. If you don't like the jokes, don't laugh. That's fine. But if you decide that you're gonna walk or you're gonna charge me at the stage, he goes, I will slap the shit out of you and the bitch you brought. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. He's like, not fucking around. But like I said, some comedians are really actually worried about the fact that this is gonna make dumb fucking people be like, you can do it. It's gonna be a smaller case.
Unreasonable.
It's going to be a very, very, very rare case, but it could happen. That's the problem.
Griffin, come on, you're like 60.
Yeah,
and no one's coming fucking to your show.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't know what's happening here.
But whenever you do have people like the Joe Rogans, the Joey Diaz's, the Andrew Schultz, the Tom Segura's, the Burt Kreischer, like some of these people, even Kevin Hart, have been assaulted on stage. It's happened. Bottles have been thrown. Shit like that has happened. So it's not like it doesn't. So now whenever we have these Hollywood actors advocating it almost, it's like, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, no, maybe, if it were to happen in a Will Smith-esque actual physical altercation way, whoever did it gets arrested.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
for sure.
Wait, no, this isn't okay. I can't do this, actually, it turns out.
Yeah, for sure.
Down pretty quick, I think.
But it just sucks being in that field and have to now worry about like another fucking situation. So it's just it's rough. But
speaking of canceled comedians or whatever, the other weird Twitter thing I saw offshoot of this was Chris D'Elia, who we talked about before, who hasn't tweeted anything as far as I can tell in 2 years.
Yep.
Did about this. Then everyone was like, "Hey man, are you like assaulting kids?" And then he deleted it and just was like, "Nope, I'm out of here." First time, he tested the waters of Twitter, and then I was like, "Oh, I can't do this."
Yep. Like he posts a video every once in a while. I don't even watch it, but it's like weird shit now where it's like Chris at Chick-fil-A. All right. Like I refuse to watch it because, like I said, what he did was completely fucked up. Once again, it might be legal, that's fine, but I do not agree with that
some
scenario.
Fan base. Like if you look at the replies to the last tweet he actually still has up, a bunch of people is like, there's a almost 5,000 signature petition of like, bring Chris back, but they can't do like 4,800 out of 5. It's like not quite there. But it was really was up for like 5 minutes. He tweeted some opinion, and I was like, oh wait, no, all these reactions are
gonna be negative against me.
unrelated.
Yep.
Do this.
But so yeah, what I was gonna say about Will Smith is that looking at his face, one while he was doing the acceptance speech, whenever he was walking back after slapping Chris Rock, like it's sad to see. And what I'm gonna say here is this guy has been absolutely drugged through the fucking mud these past couple years. Obviously, their relationship is what it is. They're choosing to do whatever they're choosing to do, whatever. That's between them. My issue is that when he first found out about the quote-unquote affair, if it even was technically affair, whatever, like, his emotional reaction to that became a fucking meme. And not even just a meme, but a very widely used meme. Like, it was big. Like, people used it all the time. And it's sad to see that we do live in a situation where, like, someone is having the darkest time of their fucking life and people use it for comedy. Not like it's supposed to be.
The other angle of this is that it didn't happen. The joke itself is a small part of it. It is an overcompensation in relation to like discourse about his masculinity or something.
Yeah.
He felt he had to react strongly.
Right. And even just that aside, I get what you're talking about, yeah, because there's obviously jokes about it, like where like fucking people are like, oh, what had happened is the camera probably turned, and Jada's like, oh, Tupac wouldn't have fucking stood for that, and then fucking he got... I don't think that happened. I think Will felt that she felt upset, and he is in a situation where I think that he feels inadequate compared to like the type of guy that she likes. She definitely likes
because he's Will Smith.
Also. He's Will Smith, one of the most powerful fucking actors alive. Yeah. Absolutely,
beloved, like talented dude, like a person who, by all accounts, should be just like you won, man. Like Jada, good job, way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. So it is an interesting situation, but it's like it's one of those where I do kind of feel bad for him, not for the situation, he totally did it himself, but it's like whenever you look at his face and stuff like that, like this dude's been through some emotional shit, and I don't know if he's seeing help, if he's not, that's all his business, but it's just like one of those things where it's like some people say, yeah, I think he just got fed up, and I agree with that. Now, a lot of people, and this is Tom Segura said that, which it was the whole like, we know who you really want to hit, and it was fucked up. You took it out on The Rock, like and obviously it's a good thing he's not hitting her, but still, it's crazy, dude, to see somebody get drugged through the way they have, because I can't imagine if this wouldn't have like if their whole situation wouldn't have been as open as it was, because like I said, they've completely went out all on TV and talked about it, which they made that bed. You kind of have to lay it at that point. You made that bed. But if they wouldn't have done that, situation would have never happened. I guarantee you this wouldn't happen.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is something that's just been rolling emotionally.
Yeah, right. His state of mind is a factor here. Like, I don't think Will Smith is probably generally...
I mean, he seems like such a nice guy. Even like whenever like the movies weren't hitting anymore, and he started going to like the social media and started doing his like his motivational videos and shit. Like, I don't believe in motivation, but I watched a couple of them just to see what he was up to. I was like, it's fucking Will Smith. Let's see how he's fucking doing on social fucking media now. And they were good videos. Like, he's such a fucking nice guy.
Like, most famous people seem like nice people until they do the thing that makes them suddenly a monster, right? Mm-hmm. Like, until you find out about it, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's neat.
But usually it's a lot earlier, you know what I mean?
Like, do you know Horatio Sands? It was on Saturday Night Live in like the 90s stuff. Yeah, there was a like sex scandal came out about him, like basically grooming a teenage girl, and then like when he was on SNL, it came out like last year or something.
Jesus.
And it broke my heart so much because I met him at Second City 3 years ago, and had like he was the nicest guy. He just talked to me about like I told him stuff about like this Saturday Night Live sketch I really liked that he was in, like that my mom likes a lot, and he told me like back stuff about it and was very cordial to me, even though like he didn't have to talk to me at all. And like then to find out like, oh no, he was like a huge creep. Like, it fucking sucks. like these. It's very easy, I guess, to portray a sort of image most of the time, and then have one secretly be shitty a small part of the time, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Like Will Smith does seem very nice, and I hope that he is, and I hope this is like a huge exception based on mitigating factors.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe he isn't. And
yeah.
They were involved with Scientology to some degree at some point. In a way, he seems to be out of it now, but that's a whole thing. That's a whole hornet's nest to get into too.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Obviously, there will be some more information coming out about it. Maybe we'll fucking talk about it again on the next podcast.
Also,
who knows?
This whole conversation, the fact that we're having this at all, is the biggest evidence to me that it's not staged or anything. Will Smith would not fuck up his whole image.
His whole image, yeah.
He doesn't have to. I mean, Adam said it. He doesn't have to swear on his to sell albums, and yet he just said "fuck" on TV. He wouldn't
twice.
do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the only person who stands to gain anything from this publicity-wise is Chris Rock. I mean, look at his ticket sales.
The argument is oh, it's for Oscar ratings. Who?
No.
Why?
Yeah.
They don't matter.
They don't.
Much.
Exactly. They don't. So, yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. But, yeah, I mean, to end it up, I do think this is a situation where Will Smith is in a very vulnerable place. And if he needs help, I hope he gets the help that he needs. I hope he gets to a better situation. I don't, like I said, completely do not condone the violence. I don't think that Chris Rock was in the wrong. If Will Smith did pull him to the side and say, hey, lighten up on the Jada stuff this year. We're going through it. Can you please not? And Chris Rock still chose to make a joke. That's fucked up, but still doesn't warrant the physical attack. That warrants we're going to have a conversation about this afterwards. All of it, regardless, warranted that. If you did not like the joke, it should have been hey, we'll have a conversation afterwards, or even just catch him afterwards.
Could have shouted from the audience, right?
Yeah, even if he would have just shouted what he said, it would have been shocking, but it still wouldn't have been assault. That's the problem. It would have been shocking.
What a measured assault, though, right? The fact they went up there, did this open hand slap. When you watch the GIF of it, it's so clean.
Yeah.
He could, at least he didn't go for it, right?
Yeah. It's fucking nuts, dude. It's fucking nuts. So, but anyways, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Like I said, if we get some more big information about it, maybe we'll talk about it in the next podcast, but this is not something I want to harp on for fucking ever. But yeah, it was crazy. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We're a little bit over time. So if you guys enjoyed the show, make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Make sure you go ahead, hit us in the links down there below. Let us know your thoughts and views on some of the stuff that's going on because it was a crazy fucking Oscars. So I'm sure everybody's got their thoughts and views. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys have a great week, and we will see you next time.